in general, it's a good idea to have emergency supplies aside. You don't need to be set up for a long time. I recommend the longer the better. But prepper or not, this is something you should do. Just be prepared for just short-term things. Things happen. Blackouts happen. Blizzards happen. Floods happen. Right? Stuff like that happen. Tornadoes. Depending on what part of the country you live in, you need to kind of tweak things. But, for the most part, you need just basic supplies. Food, water, right? Lights, stuff like that. Something to cook with. No big deal. And if you don't want to go out and do this, I'd recommend, let me just start simply, make a little list of stuff you have. Maybe you don't want to go out and buy supplies. Anything, like I'm not going to waste my time. Well, look, I'm assuming most guys out there, most Americans are going to have grills, or a grill around them, right? I have a small grill, I like a really nice one, but hey, I got it small, right? And if I had to, I'd even use that. Let's say I wasn't a prepper. Say I never got put on this path. All the crap that I saw and things that happened to me didn't happen. And I didn't prep. Well, okay, and something like that. Okay, well, I got this grill. I got this. I can, I better cook some of this stuff in the freezer before it goes out. I got canned goods I can go on later. I think I have some sense, I consider myself to be, somewhat intelligent. But, you can use your head, and it's a good idea. Let's just say you're not a prepper. Okay, well, you go to the park or something, charcoal, small grill, bottled water. You can keep that aside, Okay, use it as an excuse. Okay, well, I'm going to go to the park, when I go to the park with my friends or when I go, camping or something. Hey, it's good to have stuff like that around. But let's say those of you that saw what happened and you want to be a little more prepared. Some things I want to go over, man, that you can just go, they're not that much trouble. You buy them and put them aside, okay? Bottled water, that's always a good thing to have on hand. Remember, like I've said in other videos, man, boil advisories, that means that sewage got into the water. So it's like going to the toilet, getting water out of there, boiling and drinking that. Drinking that and give it to your family, your wife and family to drink too. No way, man. It's no different. That's why you're boiling it. So, having, case or two of bottled water, you're going to go through it anyway, right? Take it with you on a trip or something like that. You're going to go on a long drive. Hey, put a little bit of bottled water. You're going to go through it. You're not going to waste it, right? So that's something good to have on hand. Sawyer water filters, I love those damn things, man. Cost you like 20-something bucks. And there goes a neighbor doing his yard. It's okay. 20-something bucks, and it'll clean 100,000 gallons of water, up to, right? Very small, compact. I like them myself, right? I've shown you I keep those in my bug out bags. Those are great to have on around. I also love the 9-in-1 LED crank flashlight, right? Those set you back about 30 bucks. You can charge other items. You've got a radio, flashlight. You don't need to carry batteries around. Hammer. It's got so many things on there. A flasher, depending on where you are. It's magnetic, stick on the side of the car if you get, bust it straight on the side of the road or something like that. It's just good to have around. Right? I love those damn things. And I own a couple of them. You can leave it in the car. You're not a prep, just leave it in the car. Work out better there if you need to. Well, usually people are within, 30, 50 yards from their car anyway, usually, so it's going to be right there, right? If there is some sort of, short-term disaster, well, you just go outside and pick it up, right? LED crank lights. They're cheap, man. 13, 15 bucks, right? You can hang them up. There's no fire hazard risk, right? Real cheap. Light up a whole room. Also, shake flashlights. I don't like batteries. I try to avoid them whenever I can. And, that's a good way to go. Shake it a couple times. There you are. Let's say you've got already, I'm assuming, canned goods in your home. Right? You're going to probably have some beans, rice, some dry stuff. Not a lot, but it's good to have some on hand. You probably have some already. You can go and buy buy a couple more cans. Just put aside, you know, an extra $30, you know, and just do a couple bucks over time. You know, that gets you through a good while, right? 3, 5, 7 days, something like that. You know, depending on how many you are, and you know, of course, got to add to that a little bit if you have a larger family. Or you want to do it simple, spend 55, 60 bucks, 52 servings of just add water emergency food, just add hot water emergency food, just put it in the closet and forget about it. You can get the Wise 52 servings I'm always recommending. Something else to have on hand that I got, you know, I should have got it years ago, but I didn't, is the 100-gallon bathtub bladder. I mean, that'll hold you for a good while, man. If you really know the water's going to get knocked out, fill that sucker up and use it slowly. Like one of the things I say, one of the things to do right away is fill up your bathtub and all containers. Well, you know, 100 gallons of sealed water, man, yeah. That's something I just got a couple years ago, and I should have done a long time ago, right? Cheap as can be. And like I said, again, I'll leave links in the description bar. Another thing, a butane stove. You're not supposed to use them indoors. I'm not recommending that you do, but I've done it. You know, I'm not going to say I've made long, you know, I haven't done like pork shoulder or something that takes forever. But, you know, just some light cooking. You know, I've tried doing pancakes and, you know, stuff like that, some eggs or something like that, right? Do a little fish or something, just something quick. Doesn't take that long. I haven't done that, you know, of course, when I'm by myself. I did this when I was single. And then, you know, I get married, I wait till the girls aren't in the house. And then I'm like, okay, you know, no biggie, it's fine. In an emergency, you know, if I had to, if it's life or death, you know. But I wouldn't recommend it. But, you know, I like to know, well, okay, it seems to be okay. You got to be careful with that because it'll affect younger folks and older folks first. CO2 poisoning. But I'm like, okay, let me see. You know, if I only use it for a little bit, if I feel funny or I can notice it, you know. And, yeah, then afterwards, crank the windows open, yeah. I don't recommend it, but I've done it myself. And something else I want to talk about. I remember watching footage of Houston, right? People busting into places and looters running around, you know. People always take advantage of situations. And something you need to have on hand, regardless of what's going on, is a way to defend yourself and your family. Because if the police are overwhelmed, you're busy, there's not much you can do, you need to be able to defend yourself, right? When seconds count, the police are minutes away. So you need to have some way to defend yourself. Whether it's a 12 gauge, a 22, whatever, you know. Some sort of firearm that you can rely on. And okay, thank you. Anyway, that's it for me. You guys have a good one.